I'm TotalSplash, and today I'm going to tell you the story about how Dragon Ball's creator somehow managed to inspire Super Mario 64's gameplay. And yeah, it's 100% as weird as it sounds, but this is how it actually happened. It all started when Shigeru Miyamoto was thinking about the next big idea for the next Mario game, where he and Nintendo were thinking about where exactly to go next with the series. Previously in Mario's 1 through 3, the gameplay was all relatively the same, run right, see enemy, jump on enemy, and don't die. And repeat that until the end of the game. And for the most part, it worked. Actually, scratch that. It worked a little too well. And in Super Mario World, they got a bit more experimental with the different kinds of movement a player could use by adding a cape, a spin jump, and then there was Yoshi, which was the first introduction of a mount in the games, left to die all too many times. But you know what? When he's not dead, he can go pretty fast. But getting to the N64, the three entire Ds with the next generation of gaming, there were a lot of ways they could go taking Mario's direction. For example, you look at something like Crash, which is basically just the same as Sonic or Mario but from a back-facing perspective, which is why they called it the Sonic's Arse game internally, versus something like... Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that. But you get the point. Obviously, there's no one way to make a 3D platformer, and obviously some are gonna be better than others. Looking at you over there. But with Mario, Miyamoto actually had a pretty simple solution to this problem. In Mario 64, in terms of gameplay, he wanted to return to a much older feeling and style, and by that he meant to focus on the jumping. Because believe it or not, implementing jumping properly in 3D was a lot harder than it sounded. As Miyamoto says, in the earlier Mario games, they were able to measure the number of pixels Mario could jump and know exactly what was possible. But this time, they had to design the levels so that as long as your jump was close enough, you could make it. It was just too hard for the player to judge on their own. Basically, jumping had to feel right. As a player moving around, you had to just be able to feel the next jump, to get that gamer sense and actually have it work, which meant changing his movement to carry more momentum and to just make it feel better all around by giving Mario a larger variety of different jumps. He also had to control smoothly in a 3D environment, something that a lot of people just didn't understand. I love Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 probably more than the rest of the recent Sonic games, but the controls in these are just awful. Like, look at that. So basically, the question is, how do you get Mario's movement to not suck? The area around Mario's hips in the games is actually just a big joint that controls the way his body moves, which kinda makes controlling him a bit like a car almost. And they created all of these movements from this point of origin. With the wide variety of moves when he accelerates and inclines forward, and when he turns left and right, Miyamoto was inspired by the form and physics of a certain character, from a certain manga. And with the way the series has gone since Mario 64, you could also say this one character inspired a pretty big part of the Mario series gameplay. This is Arale-chan, a character from the manga and anime Dr. Slump, created by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, and who seems to be the original inspiration for the game's movement, and heck, some of the other gameplay features in Mario 64 as well. Basically, the series follows Senbei Norimaki, an inventor, and a robot named Arale Norimaki, who really just doesn't understand how humans work, doing a bunch of random adventures and just generally getting into chaos and stuff. Senbei's mission is to convince the other citizens of their town, Penguin Village, that Arale is just a regular, normal human girl, when she, pretty clearly isn't. Well, I can't exactly show you that many clips of the anime for copyright reasons, because that's a thing here on YouTube, even though the first search result is literally the entire movie, like what the— This page from the manga, where Arale flies to the sun, stands on a panel, and falls through to the one below, should pretty much explain the vibe that this series has. But more importantly is the way Arale runs and jumps in the manga, compared to the way Mario does. Their silhouettes are pretty much the exact same, not to mention the wing cap, which also has a pretty similar design in Mario 64. Even the way Mario flies is designed similarly too. And just to make this connection even more bizarre, Arale has interacted with the cast of Dragon Ball on several occasions, meaning that canonically, a character from the same universe as freaking Goku is the reason why Mario runs and jumps the way he does. Because the physics and formula of Mario 64 was something that sort of became a staple in the series going forward. Even in Mario Odyssey, that same clean feeling style of gameplay is what makes 3D platformers like these so fun. So the real question is, why haven't we gotten a Dragon Ball platformer yet? Come on, please make this a thing! But in all seriousness, I just thought this was a pretty cool and weird piece of Mario 64's development that almost always goes overlooked. So yeah, the next time you do whatever this is, just know that it's all because of a super fighting robot named Arale. Hey everybody, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like because it helps on the channel a ton, and check out some of my other videos too while you're at it. I made this one recently about Super Mario 3D All-Stars, so you should check that out if you really like or either really don't like that particular game, or you can check out this playlist right here with some of my other game development related videos. Anyways, that's all for today guys. Until next time, bye bye.